stopping, so nigga keep watching. I'm reaching for the profit, won't quit until I'm guapping. Look, and it's a shame how I do these freaks. I spit game and slide in just like a QB sneak. Ha, the same hoes I couldn't get, yeah, they want me now. But I just smile in their face before I turn them down. Dreaming of a beach pad and owning a peach jag. I really think you niggas stare at me and you see swag. Fly than an angel and cool as ice. It's been a while since you seen another nigga this nice. They scared to come outside, I'm never going in. Catch me with a bitch and probably sipping on a fifth of hen. I'm just conversing and I'm acting.
Yo. Welcome to our first episode of the Self-Assessment Podcast. I'm your host, Dane. I got my other host,
Mel.
Y'all, we gonna take y'all through a little journey. We ain't gonna really give us no introductions. You know what I'm saying? We gonna start off with how we first met. And then we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff this season. Love, sex, marriage,
kids,
real estate, investments, all that type of stuff. So just stick with us this season, all right? So, how we first met. I want you to kick this off. Okay? Because you shot your shot at me.
I like the picture, but okay.
Huh?
I like the picture, but okay.
That's shooting your shot, though.
Anyways, we met on Hinge. If y'all don't know what that is, it's like a dating app, but it's like a cool dating app. I would look at it more like Instagram or something to me, not like Tinder or like, what else they have out there?
Tinder, I think, BLK?
I wouldn't look at it as like one of them. And one of my homegirls had put me on it like, probably like 2 months before I met him.
So you gotta.
I
need you to go into detail.
I'm telling him.
So y'all, I'm gonna tell my side of the story, right? So one of my homeboys, we ain't dropping no names. One of my homeboys like, yo, bro, you need to get on Hinge. Now by this time, it was still COVID, but it wasn't really COVID. It was probably like a year after COVID hit, right?
Yeah.
But people were still inside. I think Texas was kind of open. And when I was in Virginia and I was going back and forth from Texas to Virginia, but Virginia, DC was still kind of closed. So my homeboy is like, yo, bro, you need to get on Hinge. I'm like, nigga, I'm not about to get on no fucking dating site.
Thanks.
You're like, bro, just get on Hinge. Niggas is locked down. Like, how you gonna meet chicks? Blase, blase, blah. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get on Hinge. Right? So I end up getting on Hinge. I'm just give my history of Hinge. Hinge was fucking trash. The motherfuckers on there, they was never talking about shit. They couldn't hold a conversation. I'm like, this Hinge shit is trash. So end up getting on Hinge, right? This was it like early February?
Yeah, February.
Like February-ish, right?
Yeah.
So I end up getting do you get a match or was it like
I don't know. I think you get like a notification.
Yeah, so I got a notification.
Such and such.
I got a notification that somebody liked my pic, right? Do you remember the picture you liked?
I think it was just like the first one.
What was the first one? What I look
I
like?
don't know. I think it was like sitting on the car or something.
Yeah, I had that shit on.
Right, okay, sure.
I had that shit on. So she ended up liking the pic. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So we end up matching, right? Mm-hmm. So you like the pic, and I said some lame ass shit like, "Hey, how are you?" or "Hey, Mallory," or some stupid shit like that. Yeah, you said Mal because I
had Mal.
So end up matching, right? So I'm gonna give my side, and she gonna give her side of the story. Okay. So end up matching her. We I probably sent you like 2 messages, and she was like, "I don't play these games," or some stupid shit like, "Oh, I want your number." I
said, shit. No, I was just like, just text me because I wasn't really on there like that. So I was like, I don't have time for like, I wasn't on there like that to the point where like, I probably would have replied to you like the next day on some stuff like that. So that's why I said that.
So off the rip, y'all, she like, what's your number? Now, let me give y'all my history with Hinge. Some joints on Hinge would be like, oh, you asking for the number too fast, or oh, we need to talk for a few days before I get the number, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, yo, she giving me the number already. I'm like, all right, she might be all right. So she gave me the number. I think I text you.
Of course.
Yeah, I text you, right? I text you first or whatever. Whatever we did, we text. So end up texting her. And I was like, yo, I think I need to call you or some shit. She was like, my phone be on do not disturb if you call me after like 9 o'clock or some shit like that. And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker, she bullshit. Now that's how I feel.
I understand.
Right. So she's like, my phone be on do not disturb. So I think the first time I tried to call, it was like after like 9 or some shit like that. So she didn't pick up the phone, which I think is bullshit, but that's neither here nor there. Right. So end up calling her. We talked for about, I think the first day we talked for like, probably like 20, 25 minutes.
No, the first day when you called me and I called you back, you was like, you was at the bar and you was going to call me back and you ain't never called me back that day. So I think you probably called like another day. I don't know.
I think so, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
So let's just say a week or two passed on. So we've been talking for, let's just say we've been talking for like a 2 to 3 weeks. Conversations was good though. I'm going to give it to her. She can hold a conversation. Shit, I think the first week or so, that was the least amount of time we talked to each other, like maybe 15 to 20 minutes per conversation. So after that, man, we was talking for like an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, so on and so on as time go by. So I'm like, yo, this girl, all right. So mind you, I was traveling back and forth from Virginia to Texas or whatever. So I'm like, yo, we gonna link up like, it was like the second week of March or some stupid shit like that. So all my homeboys came out this motherfucker from New York. Shout out to my nigga Peanut, my nigga Daniel, all my niggas, right?
Okay. I thought you said it wasn't dropping names.
Fuck
But
that
okay.
shit. My niggas came out here. So y'all, I was like, yo, like mind you, I don't think we even FaceTime before
No,
we met
because
in
you
person.
didn't FaceTime me.
Yeah, I never like FaceTime. I'm like, yo, fuck it. I'm like, if she catfishing, she fucking catfish. So I'm like, yo, meet us at the address. Come through the address, right? So she come through the address. She comes solo. I'm like, yeah, she on my body. She coming dolo. Yeah, it's about to go down. Now this is what I'm thinking.
I understand what you're saying. But
So I'm like, yo, she solo. I'm like, yo, so she came through. She had her jeans on. Now, mind you, I'm fast forwarding now. Only thing my woman do now is wear two pieces. So her wearing jeans was like, oh, she trying to be modest. She trying to put on a nun look type shit like that. So she came through with her little jeans on. She was very
I had
quiet.
on a crop top.
But you still had
But I had a
jeans on.
crop top.
A crop top with jeans on. She came through. I'm like, all right, this girl pretty cool. She was chilling. She wasn't doing too much. She was mangling with my niggas. She won't standoffish. I'm like, all right, she pretty. She decent or whatever. So she hang with us the whole fucking day. Say what you gotta say.
Proceed.
So you came out what, about 3ish?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and we stayed out to about 2 in the morning. So she was with us the whole day. Mind you, cool as a motherfucker, ain't doing too much, ain't twerking, ain't doing no crazy shit. She was just, I guess she was just peeping out to see how niggas act, whatever. So she ended up staying with us the whole day. I ain't gonna give too much details. So she ended up coming out the next day as well. Again, I think Chanel came out the next day. So Chanel came out the next day. Damn, we dropping names. Her cousin came out the next day. Her cousin came out the next day, right? Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm gonna marry your fucking cousin. I was drunk though. I'm like, I'm gonna marry your cousin. So her cousin came in. We went out, had a ball, seen her brothers and shit. And I don't know why, y'all. I'm like, yo, let me meet your brothers right now. Mind you, this was like, this the second day meeting you in person. I'm already talking like, yo, let me meet your brothers, yada, yada, yada. She ignored me, which was a good thing because, nigga, we was basically fresh. So fast forward, I'm traveling back and forth to work, coming to see her. She coming to see me. Blase. Oh, can I say the incident we had?
What?
When you went through my phone.
Yeah, but you telling everything. Okay, tell
I
me.
need you to tell your side before I get into that.
What's
Because
that?
you was on my body. I feel like you was on my body.
Okay,
when
well,
you liked the first pic.
first of all, I'll start from Hinge with me. First of all, I think I think I was on Hinge probably like 2 months before I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I probably never met him on Hinge is because I used to like tall people. So I had my taller guys, let me say, because he's not just short. But I think I had my height set to like 6'2". I think it was like 6'2" and up. So if you ain't 6'2" and up, I don't want to see you at all. Your profile, so that's what it was. And then what made me change it was like this guy that I was kind of talking to, he was like asking just like what I be looking for, and I was like tall, blah blah blah, and I was just telling him. So he was like, well, just because they tall, it might not mean nothing. So I was like, you know what? He right. So I think I set it down to like 6 feet or like whatever, 5'11". And then that's when I saw him and I was like, all right, he look cool. And then I like this picture.
That looks good, right?
I was like, he look cool.
I look good, right?
I was like, he look cool.
Yeah, I look
good.
good.
So that's when I said it to them. But like, if I would never probably set it lower, like to a lower height, I probably would have never met him because like I said, my thing was set up to like tall guys. But yeah, shout out to him though.
So you thought I looked good.
Right. And then you said,
my pick.
I did like your pick, and then you took it away from there.
So you got.
I'm bragging. Can you give me a second?
Go ahead.
So like he said, he talked about like the phone calls and all that, blah, blah, blah. When he did come out here, I did go out by myself because it's like, I didn't want to call nobody. It's like, for what? And then like, he told me to pull up. I'm here to talk to him and see what he's talking about. If I would have been with my homegirls, it would have just been like a whole different, it could have went a whole different way, to be honest. I feel like, yeah, it would have been like a whole different vibe because 9 times out of 10, I probably wouldn't even been talking to him too much. I would have been talking to my friend and like, she probably would have been ready to go at some point when I went ready to go and like all kind of stuff. So that's why I pulled up by myself because I'm grown, I'm an adult. So that's what that was. And so then he was coming out here. And that's about it. Now he gonna go to this next part. That's about all we got up until.
But I think it was a bad thing, but it was a kind of a good thing.
What?
When you went through my phone. So, y'all, we went out one day. We probably was about.
This was the third time I saw him. Third time I saw him. But time had went by, but this is just like the third time he came to Houston. Yeah. Because when I would see him, it would kind of be like from when you used to come like
maybe
Saturday through Monday. Yeah. So when I see him, it'll be like every
other weekend or some shit like that.
Yeah, but it was for like days, like the whole weekend. It wasn't just like he'll come to Houston and I see him like one day or something like that. Yeah, it'd be like the whole weekend straight. I had to learn it because the second time I saw him and I kept saying, "Oh, I gotta go home," and he was like, "Why you ain't bring all your stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, he's talking about something." So,
that's what you thought for real?
Yeah, because I kept saying I gotta go home to get my stuff, and he was like, "Why you just ain't bring all your stuff?" And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." But so this was the third time.
So this was the third time. So she thought I was talking a whole lot.
I thought?
No, I was talking a whole lot. And I don't know if I thought I was running game, but it was just like, I don't think I was though. Yeah, you probably thought I was running game, but I was actually like, yo, I really fucks with her. She cool. And I was running my mouth. So we went to a spot, me, her cousins. I think it was like a few other people, whatever. So she was like, I was like, yo, I'm about to go to the bar. I'm about to get a drink or whatever. Now, mind you, I think I came out here on a Friday, but she had like a competition to go to in like Dallas or something for her daughter or whatever. So I was here. I didn't see you till like that Saturday or some bullshit. Sunday. So she was like, I'm about to go to the bar, right? I was like, I'm about to go to the bar. So I left my phone. Y'all, this girl goes through my phone. Now, mind you, we're not boyfriend, we're not girlfriend, but we talking every motherfucking day. Like, but we don't have like an official title or whatever. So she goes through my phone, right? And I ain't gonna even go into detail what I said in the phone, but it was like some fucked up shit. Cause I've been rocking with her for like, what were we talking for like 2-3 months?
No.
Like a month.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a month.
That was like not even a month and a half.
But we was talking like every single day.
Every day, all night long.
All night, yeah.
To the point where it's like, if this boy don't pick up the phone tonight, I know something.
You know something going on. So she seen some bullshit that I was texting this other girl or whatever, right? And I hate to say it, I think that was a good thing because I'm like, yo, when she caught the shit that I was saying, I'm like, yo, I really feel bad. She was like, nigga, you only feel bad because you got caught. And I'm like, yo, I really wouldn't give a fuck because we was really literally
like
only like a
month
month
and a
in.
half, and
So
almost
I'm like,
a month and a half
yo,
in.
I'm like, I really like the old me wouldn't even give a motherfucker. But I'm like, I sat back, y'all. I'm like, yo, I really feel fucking bad. And she was like, yo, you only feel bad because you got fucking caught. And I'm like, no, the old me wouldn't really even give a fuck. The old me wouldn't even try to explain what the fuck was going on. So I'm like, yo, I really like this girl. Now, give me your perspective on it. You thought I was bullshitting, right?
You were, but he used to be like, oh, I'm loyal to you and you not even mine. He just used to talk too much. So it's like, let me just see if he.
She said she was checking just to see if I was a real nigga.
Yeah, that. And so in my mind, it's like this boy like saying all this stuff. It's just like, all right, I'm starting to like him a little bit. Let me see if he talking about what he talking about. So I was like, all right, I'm about to look through your phone. We was out and everything. And then when he came back, I was like, I looked through your phone. I don't know if he believed me or not until I told him. But so I guess it was a good thing.
I think it was a good thing because it was like, yo, I can't bullshit this girl. And then it was like the disappointment that I seen in your face. I'm like, yo, this shit is not right.
Because I just say he didn't have to be lying and saying the things that he was saying. Because I can see if I was like questioning you, but you was like just lying for no reason. Right. And I wasn't even asking you about other girls. I wasn't even like doing that kind of stuff. So that was just like stupid to me. It's just like keep it 100. You ain't even got to do all that. We could just been bobbing regular, but you chose to do all that. So I don't know.
Yeah, so that shit ended up happening. That's the only incident we ever had.
And yeah. And the only good thing, like it was probably a good thing, but the only good thing is that like that I spoke up about it. Because if I wouldn't ever said nothing about it, then we probably wouldn't have been here. Because I would have just played it for what it is. Yeah, if I wouldn't ever said nothing about it, we wouldn't be here. Then I still went back to the hotel with him like a fool.
You ain't give me none though.
I know, but I still went back to the hotel and I was calling my friends and I was telling my friends, and we was on FaceTime and he was just right there.
Yeah, she was talking about me like a fucking dog.
I was on FaceTime with my friends and he was just right there.
So yeah, that shit happened. That's the only bad thing that happened though.
Yeah, so it wasn't like nothing. And at the end of the day, it still wasn't like nothing to like mess up like the trust because he wasn't my boyfriend at the end of the day. So it is what it is. But we just talked. Remember we talked about it like later when you got back, and then I was just like, I'm over it. And he was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. And then that was it.
Yeah. But we talked. Yeah, we did talk.
We
about
did talk about it.
You was still being salty for like 3 to 4 days though.
I wasn't being that salty. You're lying.
You was being.
I was talking to you though. You lying.
Was, but our conversations weren't the same how they was.
Okay, but it's nothing wrong with that. But I told you I was over it. What you want?
The shot glass.
But I told you I was over it. I was over it. I didn't say nothing else about it.
Yeah, so we fast forward to that.
Cause you was still. He was like, he want me to be his girlfriend. How you want somebody to be your girlfriend?
Y'all, I had to.
After they looked through your phone, you said that like. After I looked through your phone, though,
I had to beg for this girl.
But
to be
you
my
said
girlfriend.
that after I looked through your phone. That's not how it worked. Why would somebody be your girlfriend?
So y'all, she finally gave in.
Because I couldn't tell you no the second time. It's like if I would have told you no the second time, you gonna be like, forget her. Right?
So you felt sorry for me.
I didn't feel sorry for you, but you was saying something that time, and then the next time you brought it up, it's like, how I'm gonna tell this boy like just blow it off this time? Then he gonna be like, forget her.
Facts. That's true though.
Right. So I'm just like, at the end of the day, I know I do like him, but at that time we was like cool because we went out of town and everything. Like
that's when we went to Denver.
After that, yeah, and he was trying to like make up.
I did make up, dude. We had a good time.
I said you were trying to though. That was your point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was over it.
Yeah. So we went out to Denver. Like we gonna kind of wrap this up. So long story short, we was taking trips, and I think the biggest thing for me is like, yo, it was too much of a coincidence. Like, her daughter your daughter's what, 9? Mm-hmm. And my daughter's 8, right? And then, like, her birthday is a day after my mom's birthday. And then, like, we be vibing. And then the biggest thing for me was, like she can hold like a good conversation, and then like she kind of teaches me like about communication. Like if Mal have an issue, she gonna say that shit right then and there. Like before, like I would hold some shit in, keep holding it in, don't say shit. That shit would linger in. And then the biggest thing that I learned from her was like, yo, stop taking stuff like, stop worrying so much. You remember like I was working that job and I was like worrying every fucking day. She was like, yo, you gotta stop fucking worrying so much. And I'm like, you know what? This girl is right. And ever since then, like, I be like, yo, whatever happens is gonna happen, but this is how I'm gonna prepare for it, but I'm not gonna even fucking worry about it. So, lo and behold, nigga, we still going strong. Me and my baby, we in the same vicinity, the same city. We be vibing, we be having fun together. We still ain't got no friends, for real, for real.
We don't. Well, we don't have a couple friends.
We don't got a couple friends.
We don't have a couple friends, but we working on it.
Yeah.
And we just argue about stupid stuff.
Yeah, we just argue.
Like sandwiches.
Sandwiches and shit, yeah. And I'm going to say this before we do go. My cousin was like, yo, you and your girl, y'all still in the honeymoon stage, yada yada. I'm like, girl, no the fuck we not, because we be fucking arguing about dumb ass shit. It ain't no kissing ass over here. It ain't no kissing ass whatsoever. We got a problem, nigga, I be taking the shit overboard, no bullshit.
And do.
But if we got a problem, we got better. Like, we talk about the shit and I try to move past it instead of holding on to that shit for 5 or 6 days. But I'm like, I was telling my cousin, it ain't no honeymoon stage, yada yada. We be having like real life conversations and shit like that. So we bringing y'all this podcast. The reason why we calling it self-assessment, this is what I learned from Mal. Sometimes you can't blame nobody else. Sometimes you just need to look in the mirror of your motherfucking self and do some self-assessment and correct what the fuck you got going on, to correct what issues or whatever you got going on. So that's why we bringing y'all this podcast. Like I said, we're going to be talking about a number of different shit. It ain't going to be all relationship shit. We're going to be talking about real life situations. We ain't going to be talking about what happened on Power and shit like that. That ain't real life.
I'm not talking about no celebrities.
No, we're not doing that. We talking about real life situations. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's not person's A fault. It's not person's B fault. Sometimes
it's your fault.
It's your motherfucking fault.
Period.
You need to take accountability and look in the motherfucking mirror and do some motherfucking self-assessment. So there you have it, baby. Self-assessment.
Dropping every Sunday.
Every Sunday. We're going to drop it what? 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Sunday, the Self-Assessment Podcast. And we out.